Hello everyone, welcome to this series on learning machine learning in a week. So this takes exactly 7 days to complete this machine learning course. You can complete it sooner or even slower if you want, if you don't have enough time. So this basically takes 2 hours a day, and by the end of 7th day you will be classifying traffic signs using a model, and it will predict traffic signs. We'll also play around with house price prediction, and you don't have to learn any programming prior to this course. We will also go through Python crash course. We'll learn everything in this series of lectures, in the series of tutorials. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can get the Anaconda installation, virtual environments, and command prompt packages. These are the things that we are going to go through in this video. This is going to be a short video, and it is going to uh, tell you about the prerequisites. So this tutorial is absolutely for beginners. You don't need to learn anything prior to this, and this is the fastest way to get started with machine learning. uh, the packages and the environment that I'm using is the latest, so it will be uh, easy for you to troubleshoot even if you have to. Since I'm not using any old version of TensorFlow or old packages, this is very good if you want to get started with all the latest version of packages. We will not dive a lot into the maths of machine learning. It is a separate topic. You can learn the mathematics and test out your own neural networks, but in this course we are going to go ahead and start learning machine learning using TensorFlow. Let's get started. Let us go and install Anaconda. So first of all, what is Anaconda? Anaconda is a free and open source distribution of the Python and R programming language for scientific computing that aims to simplify package management and deployment. This is basically a way of working with Python easily without knowing a lot of computer programming and command lines in your command prompt. So let us just see what is a command prompt. Just type cmd. This is your command prompt. You can type Python, and then you can print like hello world here, right here. So this is how you can use your command prompt and Python inside the command prompt, and then you can just, I think it is exit, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's exit, and you can exit out of the Python code, and then you can also change directory by simply typing cd this. I should be able to autocomplete by hitting the desktop and hit enter. Now you can change directory. So you can see that in my directory I have a lot of folders, specifically this one right here says codes. You should type cd and then co and hit enter tab. It auto completes to codes. So if you hit enter again, you can go into that directory. If you want to come back a directory, you can type cd and then double dot and hit enter. It will come back to a previous directory. um, so this is how you can run Python in your command prompt, but this is a difficult way of running Python, and you can also run a specific Python program that you have stored in your system in this line, and it will open up that Python code and it will run that one. But we are just going to hit close. Now you know what is Anaconda. Let's go and get it downloaded. You just have to type Anaconda download, individual edition Anaconda right here, and this will open up. See, individual edition. This thing right here will open up. You just have to click download right over here. It will scroll all the way to the bottom, and here you can download three versions, either Windows, Mac OS or Linux version, and just click the installer and it should pop up right in the bottom of the screen. So as soon as it gets downloaded, you just have to click on agree, open, and then next I agree, then install. That's all it takes to get your Anaconda downloaded. You might need to add Anaconda to your path environment variable. Just click this. It will say not recommended, but just click it. Trust me. Makes the Anaconda get found before previously installed softwares, but may cause problem requiring you to uninstall and reinstall Anaconda. If you do not have any other uh, alternatives to Anaconda like Python, pandas, Scrippy, PyCharm, etc., this won't cause any problem for you. So you just click add Anaconda to my path environment. If you do not click this, you have to manually go to your settings and add this Anaconda to your path environment. You will find a lot of YouTube tutorials on how to do this, but this option will make your life so much easier. So in advanced options, just click this tick box, and after you are done with it, you just have to type Anaconda, and then these are the new things that will appear in your search bar. So you have Anaconda prompt, Anaconda navigator, Anaconda notebook, Jupyter notebook, and spider, etc. I'm just going to go ahead and click on navigator and show you guys how user friendly it is. It's a little bit slow, especially since I'm using a hard drive. You could just install this in C drive and it should be pretty fast when you install it in C drive. This is a pretty big file, so it might take a while to load up. Yeah, here we are, and here we have different applications like Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Lab, Command Prompt, PowerShell Prompt, Spider, etc. And for the most for this tutorial series, we will be working with Jupyter Notebook. Before I open it up, let me go to environments. So basically, let's talk about environments. What is environments and why do you need environments? So to give you a clear understanding, I'm going to use the Google to get you exactly. So conda environments. A conda environment is a directory that contains a specific collection of conda packages that you have installed. So if you want to install packages, like a lot of packages for different applications, if you have two or more packages that uh, has same API, I mean not API, let's say you have many packages, you want them to be structured. You are using one program that requires Tensorflow and some other program that requires OpenCV package, let's say. So you don't want these two packages in an environment. It will just take up more space and it will just make it buggy. So you can install specific packages for specific codes that you are making. For example, if a code that runs with Numpy 1.7, it will not work with the Numpy 1.8. So you need an environment that uses a specific version of packages that you have installed. So you can have different environments having different version of packages and different packages. That's what I'm trying to say here. So I think that makes it clear about the package. You can also uh, Google search this one, what is like how the environments can be created and all. I'm going to quickly show you how you can create your own environment. So there are basically two ways. You can either hit create here, right here. This will open up something like this, and you can hit 3 point which version of Python you want to use. You can use 3.7, 3.8, all the versions shown here. You can click on the name and then type like my underscore env and then hit create, and this will create the environment for you. So let me just click create and show you guys how it's going to get created. So basically it's creating the environment. I'll show you some other ways also to create the environment using command prompt. That is what I use mostly, but this is a more user-friendly way of creating. Yeah, so it has already installed some of the basic packages like pip and python and some other libraries that is essential for all programming, and you can basically remove this package by simply clicking remove right here. Yeah, loading packages chill. You can basically hit remove, and this will remove everything in the package. Remove, and it takes a while to remove the environment. Yep, it is removed. Next, you can go to home. You can see there is notebook. You can use any environment while opening these applications. You just have to click on autonomous and then, or like TF course or whatever you have, you named your environment. You can just click on them and then you can launch these applications. Let me just leave it like so. I'll show you guys how this Jupyter Notebook looks like. I'm gonna launch it. It is going to get launched in Google Chrome browser for me. As you guys can see, you can this is the root directory. So if I go into matplotlib and click on matplotlib tutorial, you can see that this is a Jupyter Notebook file. I can simply hit new cell here and type print hi, and then if I hit shift enter or click this run right over here, you can either use shift enter or click the run button right here. I prefer using shift enter. So let's hit shift enter and it prints hi. So this is basically running the Python in a notebook environment. And you can also do something like you can use markdown and then type here, we can type this description, or here we can comment and then hit shift enter and here we can comment. See this here note. You can also make this as heading by using double hash and space. Here this is a title. Okay, so this is a title or heading. So and also you can create multiple heading of different sizes, like if you use 4 hash, this is markdown 4 hash, and then this is smallest slash subheading. Let's shift enter and this is much smaller than that. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these. You can also make this cells go up or down. See this, and you can add new cell by hitting this insert cell below. Alternatively, you can use alt enter. It will load the current cell. Let's see, print hi, and then if I use alt enter, it will run this first cell and then it will create a new cell in the bottom of this cell which we ran. So I think that's it for the Jupyter Notebook. Alternatively, you can use Google Colab, but you need a really good internet for this. You can go to Google Colab and then open a new notebook, or open any notebook that you have previously made. So you just have to click on new notebook and it is going to basically open a notebook similar to this. Yeah, so here we have, you can, this will be untitled for you. You just have to change it to any name you want. I have made it into Python basics. And then if you run hit, if you hit this play button right here, it is going to run this cell and it is going to output hello world. If I just take the world right here and use shift enter like we use in Jupyter Lab, it is going to run the cell. And for this you don't have to install any packages like we did in the Anaconda Navigator. You just have to run pip install Tensorflow to and then you can import the Tensorflow. If you just run this, it is going to install Tensorflow. Yeah, and if you hit like import TensorFlow and TensorFlow dot underscore underscore version, it is going to print the version of TensorFlow that it has currently installed. And yeah, this is about Google Colab. You can also find the files right here. This is a file directory. You can import from drive. I'm going to give no thanks because I don't have anything in my drive. I have all personal stuff. You can also import from your PC if you have any data like from Kaggle or something. You can import CSV files, data that you want to train, images. You can import everything from your PC into this Google Colab. I'm going to cancel it, and that's it about Google Colab. So you can use either Anaconda prompt, or if you have a really good internet connection, you can use Google Colab. I prefer using Anaconda prompt and Jupyter Notebook. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. Let's get back to Anaconda. So as you can see, this is quite slow, and we can go ahead and close this. I'll show you another method of creating environments. Type Anaconda navigate prompt here, right over here. This is Anaconda prompt. You can hit enter. This is same, basically the same command line, but for Anaconda. Let's say cd and then this, and then if you press tab, you should auto complete desktop also. And then if you hit enter, you're going to go to desktop directory, and then cd double dot will get back to previous directory. We can create environment by typing conda create name my env my underscore env. Please avoid spaces. Do not have spaces in your environment name. And if you hit enter, see, it is creating an environment. It is asking me whether I need to proceed or not. Press Y and hit enter. This is going to create an environment. So to activate the environment, just type conda activate and then the environment name my underscore env. You can name it whatever you want and then hit enter. So you see here, right here, the base, it has changed to my env. So it is using all the packages in my env. Now what you can do is you can pip install matplotlib, and if you press enter, it is going to basically download everything, uh, all the requirement packages for the matplotlib. So I have already downloaded matplotlib several times in my this environment and other environments. So I already have matplotlib installed. You can hit pip install numpy. It is going to give me requirements already satisfied because I have already installed. Similarly, pip install Tensorflow. If you do not have a GPU, just pip install Tensorflow. If you have a GPU on your PC, just type GPU, the small hyphen, this small symbol right here, and then GPU, and then hit enter. It should download Tensorflow GPU on your system. I do not want to download, I have already downloaded. I'm just going to get downloaded anyways for you guys. And then if you hit Control C, it is going to cancel. So Control C that you use for copying, it's not going to copy anything in your command prompt. Control C will cancel or interrupt anything that is running in this Anaconda prompt. So keep that in mind. Control C will cancel anything that is running. Let us say you want to deactivate the environment, not removing the environment, you are just deactivating. So you just have to hit conda deactivate and hit enter. It should come back to base environment, and then you can hit again activate my, you have to hit conda activate my underscore env, and it will activate back into this environment. And also you can do this, I'll just deactivate one more time. You can use your arrow keys to navigate through the previous typed commands. So conda deactivate and then hit enter. You can also use conda info envs. I think this is, yeah. So this will show all the environments that you have installed. You can also do this, you can also see all the environments and everything in Anaconda Navigator, but this is much faster, it doesn't take any time to load up, so I prefer this way. This is Sudarshan from the future while recording. I forgot to show you guys some of the techniques how you can install the packages from Anaconda Navigator. So I'm in my Anaconda Navigator. Let me make this a little bit smaller. So here, if I click on this tick box right here, it shows apply. This arrow mark shows that it will get installed. So you can click multiple packages and click apply to install them. If you click on this drop down menu, you have installed, not installed, updatable and selected all. This should this will shortlist the packages that you have installed or not installed, updatable, etc. So we already have Numpy installed. You can search for other things like pandas. You can search for matplotlib. Yeah, so we have to click on all and then matplotlib. Here you can see matplotlib. You can click on this, apply, and then the following package will be modified. This will show up and it is going to load all the uh, libraries to get this matplotlib installed, and then if you click apply, it is going to install matplotlib. Similarly, you can just cancel, and I do not want matplotlib in my base, that is root directory. Basically, if you have installed a package like Numpy, you can click on this and then mark for removal. So this will remove Numpy from this environment. So this is what I wanted to tell you. After doing this, you have to click apply. If you want to remove multiple libraries, then you have to click offer removal. If you don't want to remove them and if you change your mind, click clear. If you click apply, it is going to show what all it is going to uninstall all the packages that it is going to uninstall, and then if you click apply, it is going to remove this numpy and numpy base. I'm going to click cancel and gonna hit clear. I need numpy. So this is how you can work with numpy, and uh, this is how you can work with packages and how you can install them and uninstall them. Let me go ahead and close this. Yes, I don't want to close this. Let me go back to Anaconda Navigator. Prompt. In prompt, you can simply type conda list, and hitting enter will show you all the libraries that you have installed. So these are the libraries or modules that we have installed. We have pillow, we have pip. So this will get automatically installed, or you might have to install them separately depending upon uh, what you're working on. You have to install them. Like if you want to use TensorFlow, you have to type pip install TensorFlow. So that's something that we covered. Next is so conda remove numpy. So this will remove the numpy package from this base environment if I hit enter. So that is going to collecting packages metadata and then solving environment. So this is basically going to do the same thing that we did in Anaconda Navigator, but in command prompt. This is much easier since it is taking less time for us. If you want to definitely remove that, you can hit Y. If you don't want, you can just hit enter and with no, and it is going to still have the numpy. So that's all I wanted to tell you. So conda list is very useful when you're working in different environments and if you want to check what are the packages that you have. So that's it from me. uh, Continue with the tutorial. You can what else do remove, yeah, you can remove environments. Let me go through it once. Yeah, conda remove, conda name, and then the name of the environment that you want to remove, my underscore env. Enter. And then you have to also enter all, otherwise you will have this error. This all specifies that all the packages inside this environment should be removed along with the environment itself. So hitting the enter button, remove the environment. Now if you go to env, no, this line right over here, conda info envs, conda info envs. This should be all the this should list all the environments that you have created, but see there is no more my env in this. That means you have successfully removed an environment. So I think that's it for the tutorial. uh, I hope you guys will set all of this up, and let's continue the tutorial in the next video. Yeah, you just have to install all this, pip install numpy. It's very important. You have to install pip install matplotlib, and you also want pandas for the next tutorial. And for further tutorials, you will need to install TensorFlow-GPU. If you don't have a GPU, just pip install TensorFlow. We might also require sklearn to import data and to do splits, train test split. I think that is about the prerequisites. I'll go more into some of the command line commands, like command prompt commands, maybe in the future video, but this is everything you need to get started with Python. Let's also go back and see what all we'll be learning. I told you about this in the first itself, so we'll be learning Python crash course on matplotlib, pandas, numpy, if you like. In the next two courses, these are the things that we'll be learning. If you are interested in machine learning and want to get started, you have to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next video. Let me see you guys in the next video where we go through Python. Thank you for watching. See you later. Signing off here, Sudarshan.